I see all good people. Ah. So lucky to be alive, all of us. Don't take it for granted. Be careful. Continually, we should be thinking how lucky we are. Some will right away agree. Some will question this thought. Some will disagree. But think about it. You will see we should always be thankful for what we have. Because this in itself is a sign of how one is perceiving one's world, the universe. It is a telling response, has the ability to help one further understand one's own being and the way one thinks. Remembering, we all need to be humble before our own wisdom or realizing our lack of it. It is an ever swirling current of creative energy in our universe. Being mindful is not only a practice but a way of being more mindful, because mankind is mindful in the first place. We call ourselves sentient beings, but in actuality, everything is. Even an amoeba has some sense of movement, of control, of direction, of something. We are just many-fold more than this, but by no means everything. When one considers that 99,999 of the possibilities of receiving electromagnetic energy are beyond our capabilities as mankind, then one begins to get a sense of what we don't know. To be called naive or ignorant is not a bad thing. It is just telling us the truth. It is in how it is said and in what way it is directed. But there is always more for each and all to learn. This is the way of our universe. It is always expanding. How can you know everything? Doesn't equate. Being here now. Recognizing oneself as a bundle of miracles. Calm, collected, at peace, tranquil, feeling a sense of grace rising, like the water in a bathtub, rising, supporting us, acting as a foundation of warmth, of being content, of allowing ourselves to relax, feeling one's own warmth emanating through one's skin, throughout one's body, feeling whatever comes next in one's mind, one's pulse, feeling the textures of what your body is in position to feel, one's sense of smell, one's sense of taste. What is it for you? Whatever it is fine. Being here now. A bundle of miracles. It is this recognition which initiates our journey. It may not be in this manner or in these words. There are many different spiritual traditions, and in each a beautiful and unique mind. Let us not be too high and mighty about one way or the other, for there are an infinite number of responses for everything. It has to be this way. If every snowflake is different, if every thing is unique, then this must, by definition, be this way. Being humble before all and every tradition, to be more understanding of, having compassion and empathy. Doesn't mean that we necessarily agree with anything or all things. We have a degree of compassion and empathy. Let us, through our own sense of coordination, cooperation, communication, compromise, begin to better fashion our world. How do we do this? Through democratizing our actions, of being educated and better taught, better learning, not to narrow our ways, but to broaden, not to get lost in the details, but to be aware of all ramifications. It is what we need. With the greatness that mankind has been able to secure, that we have put together through our own creativity and maybe from others. What do we think we know is not the entirety of the knowledge that is available to us. Long, long ago, in the lands of Sumeria in the Middle East, great kings came and civilizations stretched their limbs. How? Why? Who? When? Where? What? There are many unanswered questions which still need to be formalized. We need to be aware of as much as we can be. It is odd how our government leaders think they know what we should hear. If there are other civilizations studying our world, we should be left in the dark. We should be left untold. I'm not too sure what mankind's ultimate goals are, what our apprehensions are, what people in authority are afraid of. We are very adaptive, mankind. We have been for thousands upon thousands of years. I won't say millions and millions of years, but I think that's probably accurate too, although in a form that we wouldn't associate ourselves in. More primate, less man. But still, again, through the annals of time, there are many things which mankind is still not aware of. When we remember 99,999 different kinds of energy perpetuating itself through the electromagnetic spectrum, and we perceive one level of this, one range of possibilities to perceive. Remember just how lucky we are, still within this context, to be aware, alive, alert, bundles of miracles, millions of years in the forming through evolution in our DNA. Remembering over and over again, Your Majesties, of the role each of us can play. Be a beacon unto all around you, even the plants under one's feet, the ants, the air, the water. Do you think the water is not energy? Do you think that the water does not beckon each and every one of us? Of course it does. We came from the water. Do not be judgmental, but be understanding. Do not assert we know everything when we know almost nothing. Do you think in every whisper and roar of the ocean's waves, there isn't a message for us to find? There is. In every wisp of air, similarly, there is a current being shared. We have just begun our journey. The Aquarian age has just been born. We have much still to gather. Please play an increasingly important part by being diligent in one's own practice, by being a beacon, a lighthouse for all to see, your children, your family, your significant other, your friends, your co-workers, your fellow citizens, your fellow Homo sapiens, allowing and being magnanimous in one's own perception of what it means to be alive, humbled by the immensity of creation, thankful of what can be, remembering there are some things we need to keep considering, like the image one is seeing is a reflection of what was, not what is, because now is different than just then. Being in awe of just how lucky we are. The music's continuing for another minute. Please ponder and build your strength, because I know it is not easy to shine. It takes strength. It takes fortitude. It takes virtue. So keep demanding of one's own being these traits. Grow. Grow as a seed from the beginning, and then as you nurture oneself, flow. Flow with the sprouting of the seed and the beginning of leaves, stem, and glow. Blossoming with one's own self-recognition. Shine. Spread the magnificence of being to everyone. You don't need to do it in words. Do it in one's actions, in the way one carries oneself, in the way one is aware. This is the foundation. This speaks without the need for words. It is one's presence we're talking about. Namaste.